Hello, everyone, and welcome to Fratello Talks. I'm your host, Nacho, and today I'm joined by
Thomas
and
Lex.
And we are going to be discussing the thought of what a all-new Rolex model could look like. Basically, putting some thoughts out there to see what Rolex might come up with next year or in the future. Obviously, inspired a little bit by some recent developments, some brands that have brought out some new watches that were somewhat unexpected. But obviously, we'll try and keep this tasteful. So, Lex, let's start with a wrist check. What is on your wrist today?
I'm wearing a watch matching my Oris coffee cup. It's the Diver 65 Momotaro edition.
Very nice.
Yeah.
With the OEM strap, with the
Yes.
Momotaro
Yeah.
strap,
Yeah.
with the two straps.
I think you have to kind of wear this on the...
What are you going to do when it wears out?
It won't.
it'll
Don't
fade.
Don't say
It'll
that.
fade.
It'll fade.
Yeah, that's
beautifully.
yeah. I have to say that I treat it with great care.
Very
So,
nice.
I better watch out with that coffee then.
oh God. Yeah, you're right.
Perfect. And Thomas, what is on your wrist today?
I am wearing the VPC Type 37HW.
I didn't
it's a
expect
huge,
that.
huge
Did you see that
surprise.
coming?
Yeah.
What, what a twist.
Yeah, what a twist.
Yeah.
It's a blue one.
But hey, I have to
That's
say,
all there's to it.
you're laying into it quite thickly because you have all blue. You're wearing all blue and a
Yeah.
little bit of white, and then this being blue with a little bit of white. It looks really good.
Yeah, magic doesn't just happen.
Blue socks.
No, exactly.
He's
Just
wearing socks. He's never wears
took
socks.
him hours to get
I
ready.
always wear socks.
Before we get into that, and
sorry.
speaking of all new
Oh,
watches,
oh,
oh yeah, it's not mine. This is just it's a press loaner, but it's the all new Tudor Pelagos FXD GMT, and this is it's Tudor's latest watch. It's basically a GMT version of the FXD, and this feels like just a couple of weeks ago it could have been one of the predictions that we might have made if we were doing this episode about Tudor.
And just now, it gives me modern Explorer 2 vibes.
Don't say that because the people in the comments said that, and it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
Oh, it was a whole thing.
It was
Yeah,
a whole thing.
but but
You just
yeah.
proved them right, but
Oh yeah,
anyway,
they are.
It's a hot discussion.
Tudor is a bit sensitive. To the crowd
The
can be
Tudoristy.
sensitive.
Yeah,
The
but
Tudoristy.
okay.
No, but I get what you mean. I mean, you know, everything
Yeah.
looks like something, right? So that's
true.
That's
I
my,
also look
my,
like something.
my disarming generalist
We all look
statement.
like
What do you
something.
look like? Or who do you look like? Anyway, getting back to it,
Yeah.
we're going to be discussing sort of what we could see as an all new Rolex model that could potentially come out in the future, or something we'd like to see. We put our heads together,
Yeah, maybe both, yeah.
But we start off with my formula,
Yeah. I love that.
the
formula.
Rolex,
Yeah.
the Rolex formula,
yeah,
right?
Please give
so
it.
essentially, you have to take a hobby, preferably a Richmond's hobby.
It is
a very,
really
a
like
very,
a formula. Yeah.
yeah,
Hobby
and or a
plus-
very sort of a very glamorous location or thing to do,
It's
and then you
hobby or
add
location.
yes, and then you add either master
Master
or dweller
and king.
or king.
King, yeah.
That's also another one. So king, dweller, or master plus a hobby plus a location.
So dungeon is not a hobby, right?
Dungeon, no, but dungeon. A Rolex Dungeon Master could
Yeah.
be quite interesting to time all your D&D. I don't think that's sort
Oh,
of
you're talking about
glamorous enough.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah. What were you
Oh,
thinking?
I don't know.
You were thinking of Guantanamo Bay or something. You're thinking
The
of
Guantanamo King.
No. All right. Anyway, that's the formula. We'll see how closely.
It's a very
we've,
good
we've-
formula.
It's kind of
It's
well. It's
already-
kind of like
already
a,
derailed,
It's
but
like
that's good.
it's like a rap name generator. You know.
That's
You put in your
true. Yeah.
you put in your
Yeah.
your or
Yeah,
what is
that's-
it? Is it your porn star name or something where you do your
I have
the,
no
the
idea
name
what
of the
you're
street
talking
you
about.
grew up in
I
plus
ha-
your first pet's name.
No idea
something
what
like
you're
that.
talking about.
Anyway, some people out there will get it. But for us, let's start with some Rolex ideas. Lex, what have you come up with?
Oh, well, not regarding the name per se, but I've been
Conceptually,
thinking.
that's also fine.
Yeah, conceptually. There are two. I will start with the first, and then the second one will come
Yeah,
later.
we'll do a bit of
Yeah,
a we'll go around
yeah.
the table. Yeah.
And it's. I also look back in the Rolex catalog, and I think now with the Cubitus out there, the geezer watch trend.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and also the with the polo and the 222, the whole gold thing. I think a new generation King Midas would be a nice idea. I think it would.
It would be very
It would be
trend.
on trend,
Absolutely.
and the Cellini thing didn't fly, then the what is it? The 1908, 1906, 1900 something.
08 or
08,
06?
I think it was
Early
08.
20th century.
Exactly.
The early
Rolex
20th century round
Dweller.
watch. the history dweller.
Yes.
Yeah, the history dweller. I think that if they would do something like a King Midas, but they won't, of course, because they're not on trend. But that would be a watch that
Absolutely.
would fit the zeitgeist.
I think it would. I think that could be very nice. Release it in a couple of sizes and maybe in a few different metals. Do a white, gold, or platinum. Do a gold. Do a two-tone and just go crazy with it. Stone dials, all the lean into it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I don't think they'll do it. I really don't. But I think that would be if they were really playing.
It would take the attention. I think that would actually be a way to get some attention and pressure of the current collection. Although the market has changed,
I think
of course.
it would be a huge success.
But I also think it would be a huge success.
Yeah.
Way more than a classic round watch on a leather strap.
Definitely.
Early 20th
Definitely.
century.
Yeah. So that would be something.
Very nice, very nice. I recently learned that there's the men's version says King Midas on it, and then there's a ladies version and it says Queen Midas on the side.
That doesn't make any
Or
sense.
Lady Midas? Is it?
That
Something like that?
I'm not familiar with that story.
I think it
but
is. We'll throw up an image. I saw it. It might have been
Okay.
cheap Photoshop, and I might have been tricked. But
Doesn't make
I'm pretty
any
sure that's how it is. We'll check.
Lady
into it.
Midas. Did she also
Or
have
Queen
the
Midas or
gold? The
something.
gold touch. What was the golden touch? Feathery.
Yeah,
touch.
the
She
golden.
had a
No, the
feathery
golden touch. Anyway,
Never
it's all good. Thomas, we'll go straight to you with your idea. But I think that the bringing back the King Midas could be a strong move for Rolex. Could
Yeah.
be fun.
For sure.
Nice.
So I've been looking at the market and I'm
God.
thinking there's probably 3 major client segments for luxury watches. One is the enthusiast. 2 is sort of the broader affluent buyer. That's maybe not
That's
as
us.
deep into watches.
Oh.
That's not us.
Definitely
Well,
not.
it's not me anyway. He's got plenty of money to spend and loves nice things.
Yes.
That's supposedly the biggest group, if the brands are to be believed.
Yeah.
But there's a third that no one ever talks about, and it's the shady segment.
Okay.
Every brand pretends to be all
Shady segment.
sort of highbrow.
You're talking to a Breitling
board,
collector.
above
You're talking
board.
to a Breitling collector.
Yeah, he
Come
knows all
on.
about it.
Come on.
But there is
No
a shady
comment.
segment, and it's affluent, it's buying, and it's being grossly neglected. There's no watches targeted at them because everyone pretends they don't exist. So I was
could you
thinking-
make a bit of a description of what is
You'll
the
understand when
definition
I
of the
pitch
sh-
my
the sh-
watch.
the
Let him cook,
shadies?
Lex. Let him cook.
Okay. So let him
So
cook.
I think
Stew.
this could be an absolute cult hit, I think, if they were to design the Laundry Master. And it's going to be a complicated watch. I'm not sure. You have to do
Based
some,
on the Sky Dweller.
perhaps.
Be a good starting point.
Yeah.
It could have a slide rule or maybe even a Curda calculator or something. But the idea is that it
Currency
helps
calculator.
you calculate your percentage, your cut, when you launder someone's money. That's the idea. And I think there's a huge market for it and it's being ignored. And it could be catered to with a laundry master.
What did he
This
do?
this
What
could
did
be
he-
this
he
could
did-
be
he-
very.
He's onto something.
He's
And
using the
he's not
formula.
onto
He's
something.
using the
onto
formula.
I'm on something.
He's on something.
I'm on something.
Oh yeah. Well, it would have to be precious metal, right? Because that would be one way to
And
get
gemstones for
hit
sure.
gemstones, of course.
But they already have that. They
do.
just don't market
do.
it. What you're suggesting actually
I'm saying-
is launching a marketing campaign.
No, I'm saying
Oh.
acknowledge these people. They are paying your bills and they deserve to be acknowledged. They exist. They're out there. Admit it.
Are they not wearing other brands? I almost mentioned the first one that came to mind. What's the first one that comes to your mind?
But
There's one brand that leans into this.
Yeah,
name the brand. Name the brand. VPC.
it is VPC. Absolutely. Do you think they're stainless steel Gata watches, but they're actually all platinum,
Yeah.
brushed
Tell
platinum.
me the name. What?
It's Jacob & Co., of course.
Oh,
it
Jacob
is.
and Co. Yeah,
It
of
is,
course.
yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
but
out to
you,
Jacob
but you
and
know
Co.
that
With all the
your
mafia
story
themes
reminds
and the oil
me.
drills
Yeah, yeah.
and what have you.
Oh yeah.
Come on.
The
But your
Godfather
story
one, yeah.
reminds me of something of a conversation I had way back. It was during Basel World. Must have been, I don't know, No, I don't. I can't remember, but it was with a former Rolex.
Early 20th century.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Rolex was just a startup. It was they were
Hans, right? You were talking to Hans.
I was not talking to Hans. Okay. I was talking to a Rolex exec, and we were talking about the models they released. And the story then was that she actually said we could do way more gem set dials. This was way before the hype with steel sports models. We could do plenty more of that, but we want to protect our image. So they were already they are very strong in the shady segment.
And then they release a 44 millimeter yellow gold Sea Dweller.
Yeah, but that's years and years later. But they at a certain point they were trying to keep it down a little bit to save the image, because they really got the image of a bad watch. And I think that they did the Rolex image
a bad person's watch.
A bad person. But
Not
they
a bad
had
watch,
for a
still a good
long
watch.
time they had a bit of an image
Okay.
problem.
Yeah.
Now
you think that
they look at Rolex at a completely different way.
Do you think that image problem came from however many seasons of The Sopranos we saw Tony Soprano of the waste management department of New
never
Jersey?
underestimate the power of television, of series.
That's it, right?
Now the internet.
It becomes pop culture. Like it's a bit of a joke, but it's also it becomes this pop culture imagery thing. I mean, you know, when you look at the watch worn by some of those characters, fictional and otherwise, it's more often than not it's a precious metal Rolex. So I think you're definitely,
And it's not even just for this brand. I mean,
of course,
entire
of course.
industry. I mean,
Absolutely,
come on.
absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so there's a gem set VPC on the way.
with a slide rule.
Cool.
but only for a very special few customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to be on the VPC hit list.
Yes. And live in Bolivia. Anyway,
Beautiful country.
I'm gonna
by the way.
beautiful
Very
country.
high.
Yes, and I'm going to go just like Thomas. I'm going to go straight. Sorry, I'm going straight onto my first idea, which would be the Explorer 3.
Okay.
Oh.
And when I think of an Explorer 3, I think that what it should do is it should take what the Titanium Yachtmaster started, and then make it a little bit less blingy, make it a little bit less, do away with the ceramic bezel, give us just a regular brushed ceramic dive bezel insert, and then give us a Rehout 24-hour scale and a GMT, and then you've got a perfect dive GMT.
The 3 is actually the material, right? That's the evolution.
Well,
Not
it's
more-
titanium.
spelunking.
It's a dive GMT, and it's just a watch that it gives you an extra time zone. You can do sort of all kinds of. You have a countdown timer for whether you're diving or anything else, or setting explosives onto.
The idea of a titanium Explorer is super nice.
could be nice, right? On a bracelet. I think it could be an international man of mysteries watch. I'm being influenced by this James Bond book that we have sitting on the table, but I think it could be a really good one. Then give it like a gray and orange and black type colorway. Keep it a bit subtle, but give it a pop of color on that GMT hand. And I think it could be quite cool. Just an evolution from the Explorer line. We go from the simple sort of field watch with the Explorer 1 into the spelunking watch with the Explorer 2. And then now with the Explorer 3, we sort of pack the diving and, spelunking, I guess. No, well, not really spelunking anymore, but more the travel
Don't say
aspect
that word
of it.
anymore. It's really annoying. I don't know why. I just it's annoying. One of the most annoying words in the English language.
Perfect. That and
Try not to spelunk on your watch.
oh yeah. Okay, but that's my first idea would be the Explorer 3.
Well, I didn't think of it, but you got me a third idea.
Okay.
I will.
Well, it's your turn now.
Yeah,
so
I will
you
do
can
my
tell
third
us,
first, and then the second will come later, because this is because I wrote about it
Spelunk
actually
later.
because not too long ago, or was it the year before? I was thinking about a new Mil Goose, because of course the Mil Goose is.
I also have a new.
Oh,
I
you
have
also
a new concept. But let's see.
I would love a Mil Goose in titanium. Would actually be super nice. So that's something. But yeah, that's something I would want. It's
can I
not very
just,
revolutionary, but
Can I add to that? Because
please.
my second idea was also it was a Mil Goose, but not a Mil Goose anymore. It would be the 15,000 Gauss, because it's now
who?
15,000 Gauss that a watch has to withstand to be Midas certified. So it has to be 15,000.
Yeah.
So
They can do
15,000. Obviously, we keep it French. We're in Geneva, right? That's the way to go. And I would want it to be titanium.
15.
Yeah, 15.
I thought you said
15,000
guns.
No, Gans Mil. All of the 1,000.
The Goose Mil Goose. What the hell? The Mil Goose.
No, the Mil Goose.
The Mil Goose.
That could be something else entirely.
For Christmas, I'm on a Mil
But
Goose.
so hear me out. It would also be so think a Mil Goose type dial with the lightning bolt. You got to have the lightning bolt.
Yeah, of course.
But picture that dial inside a case made of titanium that looks a little bit like that of the Tudor North flag.
Yes.
So that's
Definitely.
That could
So
be
we're
nice.
getting Rolex copying Tudor.
Well, it's
No,
all
because it's the original Oyster Quartz case.
so, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
or
more or
let's
less.
call it Oyster Quartz.
The
Exactly.
North flag,
But it gives it this sort of
was more or less
Yeah.
an Oyster Quartz.
But it leans into it. It has this
revamping.
sort of angular ingenieur type
yeah.
thing as well, So then it's the
It's also a nice bridge to your next.
it is.
That's why I'm
perfect. There we go. That's
building
why
this
I've
bridge
seen
for
your
you.
editor.
So
But that's my second. Your second as well.
No,
kind of
third.
shared.
But,
Your
yeah,
third. That's
the
now the
third.
second.
Coming
But
back.
Thomas, what is your
Yeah.
second?
It's confusing.
Second.
yeah, it
idea?
is.
Only if you're keeping.
Well,
track.
this is another idea that's maybe a little bit post-trend, but it's definitely one Rolex won't do, but it's one that I think would be a huge commercial success. What if they took an integrated bracelet design from their back catalog, like the Oyster Quartz, or in this case mechanical, the date 1530. That's the one in the Oyster Quartz case with an actual mechanical movement. You've got that really brutalist version of an integrated Oyster bracelet with the really sleek case. And what if they just released a line of that, an integrated bracelet line based on that design? I think it would blow everyone out of the water.
So
I think you should mix this.
do it with a bunch of different ones, right?
Well, they used to have like
Do
the
the
Oyster
Mil
Quartz
Goose,
line.
yeah.
They
But
would
with a
have
bezel, do a diver with an integrated, and then do a chronograph.
Oh,
you could
just
down the line. But
use the whole
Right.
the whole case, that whole thing for and
Integrate
also-
everything.
all of them. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they could do a chronograph, and then we
Yeah.
can call it. Let's find a racetrack in the United States to call it. To name
The
it after.
Laguna Seca.
Exactly.
That could be nice.
yeah,
I like it. That's also a.
I think that would be a bit of a hit because
I do agree that it is now post-trend, but I think post-trend almost makes it more likely to happen because
Yeah.
that's like we said, the King Midas would be kind of just the
yeah.
perfect thing for Rolex to come
Yeah.
out with next year at Watches and Wonders and just say, hey, here it is, integrated gold, very sleek, very geezer watch looking. Obviously, I don't think that will happen. It's almost
Size-wise,
yes.
what size are we thinking?
Yeah, but
39.
this is always going to be contested.
39?
I'd prefer them to keep the original 36. That's
36.
awesome because the case is so
It has a
so
lot of presence.
brutalist.
Yeah.
It has a ton of presence that
Yeah.
really doesn't need to be big, even
Yeah,
on really
It
big
feels.
wrists.
It feels. I've
It
seen
feels
those
a lot
on the
bigger
wrist.
than a
Yeah.
regular
Yeah.
comparable model. But yeah,
I
that will
also
always be
have a
contested. They
30s,
would never
yeah.
do that. They would
No.
make it 40 or something.
Yeah,
So-
I also have
but-
a 36 millimeter idea, but you go first. Now.
but you could actually combine the Geezer idea because there's also been Oyster Quartz dates with the
True.
but there's
But
Geezer potential in
I
there.
think that case lends itself best for like tool watch kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Oyster one was the best, I think.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking of all sorts of like those Rolexes, but then I think of some of the Omega models that there have been that sort of have an integrated bracelet, but also have had functions like a bezel or things like this. Obviously, the 70s.
Or the pre-bond speed.
Yeah, the sort of all that
and,
70s and kind of early 80s era for Omega, where they did a lot of integrated bracelet watches that just look completely wild.
But a titanium Mil Goose in that 1530 case design, that would with a
could be
white
nice.
dial,
That could be nice.
a white linen dial.
Yeah, we might have to
White
ask.
linen dial.
Yeah.
White linen dial, okay. And then a pumpkin orange lightning bolt hand, or
No, just a pumpkin.
just a pumpkin, pumpkin on the dial. We'll phone up Second. He'll make
No,
it
but
happen.
it's no, but it's such a nice technical looking case.
Could be nice.
Yeah.
Nice. If we'll see what we can do with Photoshop. I don't think that we'll have enough time to get some of these renders done, but it could be nice to then bring them to life someday further down the line. And then here's one that I would like to see also come to life. I would call it the Jetmaster, and it would be a
still using a jacuzzi.
No. Yeah, that does sound. It does sound like it could be the name of a jacuzzi.
Yeah, the Jetmaster
or a jet ski. It could be the name of a jet ski. But it's actually a Rolex chronograph.
Oh.
With a sort of Daytona type vibe to it.
Yeah.
But maybe fully brushed, and then taking a movement from something like the Zin 144 GMT ST, which has a 3-register chronograph with the date, and it also has a GMT hand. So it's basically a perfect jet pilot's watch. You have a GMT, you have a chronograph, and you have the date. So it would be like almost a really overly technical, overly equipped take on the chronograph
I'm
from
feeling
Rolex
if you were
with a 12, 9, and 6 layout.
Yeah.
If you were to become director of products at Rolex, I think you'll be ordering quite a few GMT hands, right?
Yeah, that's it. I just the thing is Rolex.
Shortage of GMT hands in the world.
Rolex, I was thinking of doing something like a world timer as well, like taking what Omega has done with their Seamaster Aquaterra world timer. And then I think last year or the year before they released a titanium version with a ceramic bezel. And I thought, well, what if Rolex did something similar to that, like a sportier version of a world timer watch? I think that could be interesting. And then I suddenly saw a picture of that Zin and thought, oh, actually, no, put that in a Rolex case. And
I
then
never
let's
look
see,
at Zin pictures.
Let's see what it looks
Just
like.
try to avoid I actually feel like
Jet
we're
Master.
cosplaying a Rolex product brainstorm. I think
Well,
this
this
is
is how-
actually
this is how
more
the
or less
magic
how it
happens.
goes. Because
I would be
this-
fired by now.
This,
but
For sure.
I wouldn't be here anymore.
because you gave me another idea that
okay.
I can't get to my original idea because you just keep inspiring me.
Perfect.
Because now I thought of the
Give it to us. Let's hear it.
I'm thinking of the double D chronograph. It's a Daytona rattrapante. That would be a nice evolution, actually.
go.
To have an evolutionary.
It's not very
version.
Rolex.
No, of course it's not very Rolex. But the great thing is when they did the Sky Dweller. What was the other one? There's these two complicated. Oh, the Yachtmaster, the one with the complicated bezel, etc., etc. Then they did something that was nobody saw that coming.
Sky Dweller?
Yeah, but that's that came after the
Yachtmaster 2.
Yachtmaster
That's
2.
it. Oh God. Oh.
So now they have.
I try to
We're trying to
forget
get
that.
those
watch.
exist.
Those are highly complicated. Oh, well, they're complicated watches.
Complicated
So, but nobody saw that
look at.
coming. So why not an Uber version of the Daytona, the Double D?
But now what you've made me think of is
The
what
double
if they took the 19 now I don't know what it is 1908
1908.
my God, I'm gonna say 1906 every time from now on, but the 1908 and
The
then,
idea
and
for the
then,
1908
yeah, the
came in
basic
1906.
sort of dress watch that they did there,
Yeah.
and then give it the chronograph rattrapante movement.
That's
So it's like a dressy, almost Patek Lange-esque
oh my!
rattrapante
And
chronograph.
that would really put them in complete uncharted territory for them.
Yeah,
that would
right.
be. Yeah, that would.
But how
yeah.
cool would it be? I mean, they've done
I don't know.
stuff that's,
I really don't know how cool it would. I don't think it would be cool at all.
Okay. Well, I think it would
But
be
it's still
bad.
an
I don't
interesting
think it'd be
idea.
bad.
No, but it's an interesting idea. Yeah, but every now and again they do something complicated. They had didn't they do a moon phase at a certain point? There was a moon phase in a Cellini.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, true.
for sure.
Yeah. Well, so they can do a double chronograph.
There you go. Anything else? Anything else that comes to mind?
Yeah, but I think I better keep it to myself.
What?
Okay. No.
He really
No.
thinks he's going to get fired from the
He do-
Rolex meeting, design
What?
board meeting.
Come on.
No, nothing.
Nothing. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
I bet it's a bubble back.
I
bet it's a bubble back thing.
I have one. I prepared one.
Okay.
So
Oh, yeah,
because
true,
I
true.
was thinking about the
Your
original
second pick,
my original second,
which
pick
is now your fourth pick.
No, it's
For those keeping
yeah,
track.
it is. It's also my last pick.
Oh, okay, perfect.
It's the original Rolex tool watch is the Turnograph because that was the first one with the turning bezel And it has been well. That was the Thunderbird, and I kind of like the later models. They're a bit blingy. There's a two-tone with a blue dial.
More Datejust.
More Datejust
versions.
But I really, really love the bezel. And you,
Right.
and the bezel is that type of bezel is completely gone from the current catalog. And I already wrote about that. I want to see a revamped Turnograph, and they can just keep the name. And that is actually, and that should also just stick to its 36 millimeter proportion, because that's just perfect. But then with a nicely finished bezel that just looks a little bit more luxurious. If you see what they're capable of machining and producing nowadays, it's just fantastic.
Fluted bezels are crazy nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. So, what if they could do a Turnograph 2025 with all the skills and that they have now? That I think that would be an awesome, bit funky, a bit different. I think it would be awesome. I really would
cool.
like to see that.
Absolutely. Awesome. I think we actually got some pretty good ideas. I was a little bit worried when I started thinking, because I thought, it's always tricky with Rolex, because you don't want to sound like you know more than they do. They tend to not get it wrong.
I don't think we sounded that way.
No, at all. No, but you know what I mean.
I think no one's in confusion.
No, definitely not. Apologies to Rolex in advance.
Yes, we love you
for this. Yeah, no, whatever. Anyway, let's get through to our comment of the week, which comes from commenter Lars of Gren 4174, and who said, "If you trim your wrist hair back, it makes your bracelet look larger." So I don't know.
The original wristmaster.
You trim your wrist hair.
I don't have to.
You don't have to. Okay, perfect. That was under our episode where we discussed the best watch bracelets, and there you go. Thank you, Lars of Gran.
Thank you, Lars. That was amazing.
Comment.
Yeah,
and
this is already the comment of the century.
I think he's one comment of the year.
and it's a
Congratulations.
golden tip.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh God. Anyway, let's end the episode there. Just a little reminder, because I forgot at the top. But please leave your Q&A episode questions in the comment section below, and that will be for our upcoming 100th episode Q&A. Also, leave your thoughts on what you would like to see from Rolex in the future, if you have any crazy ideas like we do. And of course, tune in next week for another episode of Fratello Talks. See you then.